What's going on, everybody? Pecan Lario here with Pompey and Denise for this week's Tidbit Thursday. Today we're going to be talking about monthly stats.
Yes.
It's been a month already.
That's wow.
Yeah.
Time is going.
It's flying by, but Anyway, yeah, we're going to be talking about monthly stats. That's all I got.
We'll be back.
We'll be right back.
We'll be right back. I got to get some kind of transition in there because it just like stops.
Well, you're the artistic one of us all, so we'll let you play with that.
So, we look very bright. We got a new camera, that's why. It's a new camera. Did you see that?
It's awesome.
It's really clear, but it's really bright, so I got to adjust that. But anyway, what's going on, everybody? Once again, we are RE Solutions. For those of you who do not know us, we are a residential real estate group and property management company that loves to help and educate individuals we love to educate and help individuals find solutions for all of your real estate needs.
Yes.
And we do that by doing this Tidbit Thursday every week. And we do other seminars, which we'll talk about later on. But today, we are going to be talking about monthly stats to see what has changed as far as the housing market here in San Antonio. Why are you looking at me with a...
Where'd you just go?
Man.
My goodness.
I am bright, though. Okay. And not in a good way. All right. So let's get into our monthly stats. Let me enlarge this so we can actually see.
Nice.
And we're going to go... we'll start with Pompey. Pompey, let's start it.
All right. So we've had a total of 3,653 active listings, which is actually a 16% decrease from this same time frame last year, which was 4,355 active listings. I think this is like we had said, just there's people that are less and less people putting their homes for sale with the fear that they won't be able to find a home to buy. So there's a lot of concern in that regard. So people are a little more hesitant to place that home on the market for sale right away, even though normally we would see an uptick by this time, right?
Right. Yeah, because it's this is March time frame, so we're getting into the season now. So
yeah, we're just in this market. We're just we're like, please,
right?
Yeah.
So our new listings. So in March, we saw 3,909 new listings on the market. We actually have an increase from last year.
0.3 though.
0.3. But I don't know, how's that an increase? Last year's 3,922.
Oh, so it's the decrease.
It's a decrease
Okay.
of 0.3. Okay.
Oh.
It's okay.
I did it last minute today.
So we stand corrected. There was a decrease of 0.3.
So then I will say,
disregard that.
not too bad. It's just a very tiny.
Yeah.
I was ready to celebrate, but no.
Yeah, sorry. But average price per square foot, look at that. Right now it's at $181 per square foot. An increase of 23% from $147 per square foot last year. So, yes, everything is going up in price, and it's probably going to go up even more as the summer starts hitting us and stuff like that. So, and that's due to, once again, low inventory and of people not wanting to put their house on the market. So fewer inventory out there, higher prices.
Yes.
I'm going to throw this prediction out now since we're in April, so we can come back and look at this video again in like November timeframe. I think 2022 will be when we start to see some of those numbers start to finally level out.
As far as what numbers?
We're going to stop seeing increases in prices so drastic.
Oh, yes.
So drastic. I think that by the end of 2022, just because the feds are raising the rates, I think we're going to start to see some of those prices start to normalize a little bit. At least we hope. I'm hoping they start to normalize a little bit.
I don't know. It's keeping us busy. So.
Yes. Days on market, 20 days.
Is that even up?
Yes. And last year was 28 days. So now and yes, we're seeing that. We've been seeing that, a house goes on the market, especially if it's under 300,000 and it's like 10 immediate offers on it. And I was just, I contacted a listing agent the other day. It was a house that one of my buyers just clicked interested on. She said she got 68 offers.
68?
I was like,
Did you say 68?
68. And I was like, whoa,
Why would you
okie
do
dokie.
68 offers?
Why would you accept that many?
But the house was 230,000, so it made sense. And so I was like, okay, well, there you go.
Sure, it was 68, not 6 to 8 offers. 68 offers. That's a lot. How do you keep track of all that?
I know, it's crazy.
Why would you even
Accept
submit an
that many.
offer? Why would you even submit an offer if you call and say, "Yeah, I have 67 offers"? Okay, I'll just send.
I'll submit one more.
Well, okay, there
Well,
you guys.
yeah.
Next.
Well, so total sales for the month of March was 3,497, a decrease of 3%, which last year was 3,589 total sales. So still, to me, it's a decent amount of even though it decreased by 3%, still a decent amount for that month of March. Yeah, that's me though. So, but thoughts. Thoughts? No.
I'm still. Go ahead, because I'm still.
I'm thinking anything that's from 1 to 3%, even if it's a decrease, it's just showing it's normalizing. It's our new normal right now. So I mean, I would prefer to see an increase, but at least it's not 10%.
Are we? I'm almost wondering, are we starting to see the signs of buyer fatigue really hitting the San Antonio market?
Yeah.
A little bit of that happening?
Yeah.
Probably.
It's been here.
It's been
period.
Yeah. So we are still at 1 month of inventory.
At least it didn't go down to 0.5.
Yeah.
I will always see the glass half full.
I'm not, and maybe they're not showing us that stat, but as of right now, in the MLS, 1 month of inventory.
Wow.
Still. So
because
builders are trying to build.
Yeah.
Still not able to catch up.
Yes.
So did I recall the numbers correctly? We had 3,600 active listings and 30.
It was on in the 3,000s.
3,000. It was like 3,600 sales. So that really means in 1 month's time frame, there were only 300 houses that were sitting in the city of San Antonio that really didn't move.
So
per se, roughly.
Yeah. So last year was 1 month's inventory. So
That's
year's 1 month. I mean, this month is 1 month inventory again. So basically, we sold 1 month
of
and
inventory.
increased 1 month.
Yeah, in every single. I mean, that's just astonishing.
So,
that whole idea.
it goes with the stats, right? Every time a house hits the market, it's going.
It's gone within 20 days.
Yeah.
Right.
If it doesn't go, then it would increase our inventory, but no.
It's leaving.
Yeah. Whose turn is it?
Pompey's.
So in
We're
March,
sounding so excited.
Yeah, well, I think we're all just we're all flabbergasted.
Yeah.
And hungry.
by these numbers and the statistics. Numbers don't lie, and this is what we're seeing, right? So the average price in 2021 was $312,000, and now here in 2022, exactly 1 year later, it's $365,000. That's a 17% increase. And all of San Antonio or all of Texas, and I imagine a majority of the U.S., for those homeowners that aren't moving, that increase in their appraisal values.
Well, you know what? And those appraisal values have come back really crazy.
Skyrocketed. But they have a reason to.
Yeah, but that's a what? A $50,000 increase right?
Yeah.
And most appraisal values that have come up at least $70,000
Or more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's well, I see a lot of people arguing those appraisal values
Yes.
this year.
I see
So-
that happening as well.
so-
I think they're going to have their hands full.
And here's the crazy thing, because we were talking this morning.
Mhm.
So, it says average price 312. I just took a buyer to a new build yesterday, 1,300 square feet, at costing him $270,000. 1,300 square feet.
1,300 an apartment.
Yes.
As a home. An apartment as a home was costing them
It's
$270,000.
like a condo.
So if you are finding something at, well, the average price for March is 365. That's about right. You are looking at a 400. I mean, if you want a 2,000 square foot home, anything in that range, I mean, you're looking at paying
Over.
high 300s,
Over, yeah.
low
well over.
4 now. I mean,
Yes.
it's crazy. So, okay, next.
Now we're getting into our rentals.
Woo,
Our
woo.
rentals.
So-
Nice.
Oh, okay.
So
So
we're going into the property management side.
I can't see. Okay, so this is my turn, right?
Yes, go
My
for it.
turn. So we got 3,239 rentals on the market in March, total rented, and last year was 2,994. So we're seeing an increase of 8%, and I will say it's going to get crazier because I know PCS season is upon us. And for those of you who don't know that term, that means that military folks are starting to get their permanent change of station orders, and they're going to be moving here. And it usually starts in March around this time frame. And so this is where rental properties become they start flying off the shelf, and rent starts to increase.
Well, not just that, with just all the businesses and all the people that have been moving to San Antonio, they've just been calling for more and more rentals as people, because the market isn't readily available to buy a home.
Mm-hmm.
They're forced. It has to become a rental. They have to look for some place to live now that they've accepted a job down here, or they've PCS down here, or whatever the case might be. They need a place to stay to lay their heads, and buying is not everybody's option right away. So
Yeah.
wow.
So average price has gone up to $1.01 per square foot.
Okay.
So it increased 12% from last year, and it's been increasing this whole time frame, this whole year. Every month we've looked at the stats, the average price per square foot has been going up. So rental prices are going up. That means individuals even that are living in a rental right now, their rent prices are going up when they have to renew their rent and stuff like that. So
and
it's all around.
Yeah. So we're seeing, like, in our area of town, it's at least 2,000, So I would say if you're living in San Antonio and, newer homes, it's going to run you around 2,000. We're seeing 18 for older homes.
Yeah.
Like 15 and 16, it's there's not a lot right now.
It's so funny because, running a property management business, before, when we got a new owner and the rent price was going to be 2,000, we were like, oh, this is high dollar rental right now. But now we're looking at it, it's like, oh, that's almost average. Right? So it's kind of crazy. But yeah, most of our rentals right now are sitting in that 2,000 range and above. So, and Pumpy gets psyched out or weirded out because he's like, on this side of town.
Dude, I'm still accustomed to when you're driving down Potranco, for those of you that know San Antonio, and you start moving towards Redbird Ranch and some of these other areas that are very close to 90, and a lot of military individuals used to rent in these areas, and it was very common to find them a $1,500, $1,600 home. And some of these areas are now everything that Denise just referenced, 18, 19, 2000, 21, 22. Certain areas are even going as high as 24 based on the size of the home.
Yeah.
And
Need to look at BAH. I wonder how.
if BAH is going up,
BAH.
it better be. I was like, 'cause at this point, poor military individuals are getting Cali prices in Texas. Like, it's,
Yeah, because that was one of the concerns with one of our new owners. She was asking if we put it up to the price that I had told her, which was like 2,400. She said, would that knock out a lot of the military individuals that can't afford it because their BAH doesn't cover it? And I was like, yeah, unfortunately, it would, unless they're married mill to mill. Then they can go ahead and have that double BAH and stuff like that. But yeah, they're gonna have to come out of pocket, unfortunately.
that's crazy.
But that's like for anybody.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
rent prices are going up, but pays are not. So
if they get 1,800 and they can live at Redbird Ranch, they're going to be living,
elsewhere.
inside 1604 or inside 410. So yeah. All righty, next.
So days on market. Last year it took about 42 days to get a house rented out, and on average, doesn't mean every single property, but on average we're looking at about 38 days to get it rented out, which is a decrease of 9%. That's it's good stats for those owners out there, those investment owners.
It's still crazy to me though that the sales market is at 20. It's 20 days for a house on the market, but it's 38 days for a rental.
Yeah,
I would say if it's a good home, it'll probably be less. And as we get into the summer, we're going to see these numbers go down. We should see these numbers go down. Yeah,
I believe so.
All right. So for the rentals, here we go. So
this is the first time we're seeing these numbers. We put them together for us. So Denise and I didn't have the opportunity to.
That's why there was a mistake in the first one.
So average price is $1,758. Just what I thought, because even like 6 months ago, the average price was $16, and we're seeing $200 difference now. 12% increase from last year of 15. Yep, exactly what we were reporting the last year, 1564. This is what we're seeing. We're seeing,
this is average.
Yeah, small homes, 2,000 square feet, maybe 1,800, and we're seeing this. So this is exactly what's going on in our market.
It's kind of crazy. So and let's talk about percentages here, or whatchamacallit?
Rates
for the housing market. So this is as of today, the 21st of April. The 30-year is at 5.11% for Freddie Mac. Obviously, you can see the 15-year and the 5/1 ARM, but most individuals are going to be at a 30-year firm, which is 5.11, and it's just going up, and you can see that drastic uptick. And that has happened in the last few weeks, obviously, because this is February.
When you go to new builds, they are quoting buyers 5.75 because that's how far out they are in building. So they're like, we rather go high up, and hopefully you won't be paying 5.7. But that is where they are.
Yeah,
that's where it is right now. I'm like, wow.
So people don't. People are getting concerned with the interest rates because they don't know the direction they're going to be going. And I know a lot of us, at least our age bracket, didn't necessarily own homes in the 80s. We were children in the 80s. Man, I just aged myself there. But nonetheless, we need to understand that in the 80s, some of those interest rates were double digit. They were 10, 11, 12, 13% to purchase a home in the 80s. The fact that we might possibly be going in that direction would just mean to anybody considering or thinking of buying a home, you still want to buy while the numbers are lower. Because the way our government and the feds are telling us is that these numbers aren't going down anytime soon.
Yeah, interest rates are going to continue to rise a little bit. I don't know if they'll get into the double digits, but
only time will tell in that regard.
Yeah, I mean, that's well, we can't tell that, but as of right now,
Shoot, if
there's
they
still
do.
it's still a good time to buy, because the interest rates, even though they're not as low as they were a year ago, not even a year ago. Well, yeah, a year ago, it's close to 2 point something percent a year ago.
Well, that was a historical
low.
Yes,
low
Well,
because
that's
of the pandemic.
Yes,
So
right.
if you bought a house within that time frame, good for you. You know,
Yeah.
but that's not going to be the norm. You know,
Right.
these numbers are the numbers we saw when we bought our house.
Right, and that's what I
So,
was going to say. It's just
yes.
these numbers, even though it's at 5.11 right now, it's still not average compared to what it used to be.
Right.
So
I
the
believe
average
the
was
first. Well, go ahead.
the average was usually 6 to 7%.
I was going to say, Belinda and I, when we purchased our first home, we were very excited with our what we thought was great credit, and we had a 6.5 something interest rate when we purchased a home. So, and we purchased that home in mid 90s. Was our first purchase. So that's at 5%. We're still looking at a really good rate.
Yeah. I think people forget, you know, or like younger people who are buying now, they don't know the history of what it used to be.
Mhm.
So they're like, oh my gosh. I'm like, no, this is normal. So, oh, look at Belinda. She's on there. Belinda's not on here.
She's out there.
Yes, but you know, sometimes we don't want to be on camera, and that's okay.
Not me. I always want to be on camera. But anyway, but yeah, that's what has happened in the month of March. Obviously, we're in April right now, in the middle of April, and the numbers are already changing.
Yeah.
Because prices are still going up and things are still crazy on the market. But we'll have those for you next month. What's next? What's our next Tidbit Thursday?
Next Thursday, we're going to start
Oh my gosh,
the buyer series.
Yes,
starting
the
buyer
buying
series.
process. The buying process.
The inspections versus inspections,
Yes. So we're going to get into the nitty gritty about inspections and what kind of things you want to be looking for when you hire that general inspector.
You want to stay tuned too, because we're actually going to have some guests where we're not just going to be sitting here talking about it. We're going to have some inspectors here, and then for the rest of the month, we'll have some vendors to talk about some stuff. And what else? What else were we? Who else?
That was pretty
title
much
people.
Some title, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
just various aspects that to discuss over the next couple of weeks. It's going to be pretty exciting.
So what seminars do we have coming up?
So we were going to do a buyer seminar this month, but we kind of scheduled that a little late. So we're going to hold off on that buyer seminar as of right now, unless we get an influx of people that signs up within the next day or so. But if not, the next one will be our seller seminar, right? And that'll be on the second Saturday of May.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll be at Fairnon office at Align Mortgage. What?
That's the home buyer.
That's the home buyers.
Oh, that's the home buyers one. I'm just not doing good today. Here's the home seller one. There we go. So it'll be at the Align Mortgage on the Fairnon office. So we would love for you to come out
and directly the weekend directly after that one will be our landlord.
Our landlord one. So more information will be out on Facebook. So please look out for it. Even if you cannot attend, we just ask that you go ahead and actually forward that to somebody that may need some information on either purchasing a home, selling a home, putting their home out as a rental. We would love to help individuals, even if it's just giving them information and stuff at that time. So just be on the lookout for that. Anything else going on?
I think that's it. I just wish everybody a great weekend coming up.
Yeah, we're finishing out April. We had a lot of birthdays this month.
It's been a crazy month. April's always a crazy month.
So we have your mom's birthday.
I was like, happy birthday to mom.
Today?
It's my mom's birthday today. Happy birthday, mom.
Oh, yeah, happy birthday.
And then next weekend is your youngest.
My youngest birthday.
Then we finish out April. Yes, and then
that gives me a nightmare.
So yeah,
What was I gonna say?
we're gonna finish.
We're gonna wrap it up.
Yes, we're gonna wrap it up, but no, I was gonna say something else. Now I can't even remember. But anyway, we'll wrap it up. I got some ideas and stuff
Yes.
for next time.
We would see you next Thursday. Go ahead, finish.
They're hungry. That's why
No.
they're trying to rush me because they ordered food.
No.
All right. Well, anyway, thank you for tuning in. We will see you next Thursday for our next Tidbit Thursday. And yeah, be on the lookout for Facebook and Instagram and all that stuff for us. All right. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
See you next Thursday.